Hey Nerd Fighters, what's up? Sorry, I totally skipped my video 2 weeks ago. I've been busy prepping for this trip. As you can tell by the tiny room that I'm in, just a little bitty room. Uh, I'm not anywhere I've been before. I'm in fact in my dorm room in London. I've been here for, this is now the third day. It's what, just past 8 o'clock at night, and the sun is bright and shiny, and that's really weird for me. But today we have the topic, this week we have the topic Dave is great. And of course, he explained that it's not actually about Dave, it's about whoever or whatever you think is great. But I do want to take a moment to say how much to Dave, how much we do appreciate him. He's done so much by bringing us all together. And he's worked so hard for all of this. Like, really, he works harder than he has to. Like, dude deserves a break, right? But he worked so hard for this. And it's not just that. Like when he found out that I was coming to London, and he has planned an entire trip to Scarborough for he and I. And fun fact is that I will be with him on his birthday, and that will be fun. So Dave is awesome. Dave really, he overdoes things, but it's not like the bad kind of overdoing it. Like it's the overdoing it like he doesn't have to do it, but he does it because he cares and he wants to do it. And he's so much more well thought out and thinks ahead more than I do, and he plans things out. And he got me a phone for with unlimited texting for £15 for the whole month. Like, yeah, dude, like you're rocking. But I want everyone to understand that Dave is really awesome, and he likes to put on this whole I'm mean and whatever. But dude freaking cares, and he's awesome, and Dave really is great, and we should all understand that and appreciate that. And I don't want him to ever think any of us take him for granted and the work he puts forth for NFI, and just for us as friends. He's a great guy. But also to continue on with the conversation about who or what you find great, period, whether it be historical or now, since I'm in the great city of London and surrounding areas, I want to talk about London and how great it is, and particularly because of its history and where it came from. Originally London was a place you really didn't want to live. If you were rich and you had lots of money, you wanted to get out of the city because it was a filthy, filthy place with the dirt roads that eventually just created ditches from people walking on them so much, and people, dumping their human bodily waste function fluids, out their window, and it just washing down the street, and there being 10, like on low tide, for the Thames, there being 10 feet of human excrement just flooding it. So it was such a filthy, filthy city, and all the buildings were made of wood. And of course you had the Black Plague, the bubonic plague, and all that. Just really not a good place to live. The only reason you lived in London was because it had the big walls and you were safe from attackers from the outside. Just no furniture. You'd have like two dozen people living in one room with just straw that got changed out once a year as the bed. And just this filthy, nasty place. And then, of course, the one thing that chased the plague out, the biggest contribution to getting the plague out of London was the rat wars, which was, the black rat, which was what carried the Black Plague. There were billions and billions and billions of them that were living in the city. Billions of them, not millions, billions. And then came the brown rat, and they came by the billions and came after the city. So you had the black rats defending their turf, if you will, and the brown rats coming to be like, yo, we want London for ourselves. And they would literally, like, there's this dude who wrote about it in the journal. People would get on the London Bridge and they would look down over the Thames as literally tidal waves of these billions of brown rats would come from the north, and you had the black rats coming out of London or coming out of the south, whatever. I'm still getting my directions straight here, but literally the black rats would just flood the Thames out of London, and the brown rats would come in trying to come into London, and they would just tidal waves of rats attack each other. And this would happen night after night after night for a long time until finally the brown rats chased the black rats out of London. And because the brown rats don't carry the plague, they chased out the rats that caused the plague. And so that was just a big contributor to that. And of course, the whole city, all the wood burned down. It was rebuilt out of stone, which helped it clean up there. And they got, better running sewage systems. And then now you have what it is today, this big cultural hub full of all sorts of people. I mean, I was in Oxford Circus earlier, and I felt like I had stepped into New York. And then you're in the heart of London, where you've got, the Parliament Building and Buckingham Palace and all that fun stuff that's just amazing where everything has come. And everywhere is different. You get on the tube and you pop out at the next little place and you're in a whole different city. Just phenomenal, the architecture, and I think London is an amazing city because of its history, what it used to be, and what it's become. Such a cultural hub. But I'm also looking forward to seeing, other parts of London. But there you go. Dave is great for sure, and we really appreciate him, and I'm loving London. I think it's great, and I don't want to leave. And I've only been here 3 days, and I already feel like I'm falling behind. Like the fact that I'm sitting here doing this and not out and about, I feel like I should be doing stuff, but I really haven't rested a whole lot since arriving, so I don't want to burn out since my classes start tomorrow. But y'all take it easy. DFTBA, and who will I see tomorrow? I gotta find out who am I gonna see tomorrow. I'm gonna see Corolla tomorrow. So Corolla T, we will see you tomorrow.